for the Hoos in her 10th season, head coach, Joanna Hart. Let's set the defense now for the Cavaliers. At first, we see Higgins. At second, Alex Paul. At third, Bella Cabra. Shortstop is J.D. Hilton. In left, Kelsey Atkins. In center, Cassidy Hudson. In right, Jaden Griffin. On the plate, Brady Hickey. In the circle, Julia Kuzo.
Welcome back to Palmer Park in Charlottesville, Virginia. It's time for Game 2 of the Party at Palmer Invitational finales for the Virginia Cavaliers as they take on the Michigan Wolverines. Again, today's pitching matchup features Julia Kuzo, the right-handed junior for Virginia, opposing the left-hander Gabby Ellis for the Wolverines. Michigan arrives at 15-4 and Virginia at 18-1 after their most recent win just moments ago over Bucknell, 7-0. Michigan already won today, beating Villanova 9-2. Today's umpires, William Wimeluk, Russell Young at first, and Bobby Johnson at third. Byron Kerr with you for ACC Network Extra from Palmer Park on the grounds of the University of Virginia. The final game of the Party at Palmer Invitational ready to go as Indiana Langford, the designated player for the Wolverines, stands in against Julia Kuzo, and the first pitch is outside at 3:15 p.m. for the final game of the day. Glad you're alongside. Kuzo's pitch is outside as well, 2-0. She has a 2.22 earned run average in 22 innings pitched on this season. And that's a strike right down the middle as Langford steps towards the circle. Langford this season, a .353 batting average. He shows bunt on that delivery, the count 2-1. Langford, the 5'2" senior from Poway, California. Can play infield and outfield for head coach Bonnie Fohl. Michigan 15-4. They've won 2 in a row. That one is fouled off the screen, 2-2. They beat Villanova earlier today. Yesterday they beat Bucknell 8-0, fell to Virginia on Friday 6-2, and started the tournament with a 7-0 win over Villanova. The 2-2 is down low, full count. Kuzo looks in, and the pitch fouled off in front of the Virginia dugout. Maize uniforms in the blue pants for Michigan, all white with the Virginia across the chest for the Cavaliers, and a called third strike for Kuzo versus Langford, and we got the first out of the top of the first inning here at Palmer Park. Janisa Conway, the center fielder, next for the Wolverines. Great crowd on hand here for the final game of the Invitational. And this one is fouled off the screen. 0-1 for Conway, another California native from Northern California, Olivehurst, which is near Beale Air Force Base in Northern California. She went to Marysville High School, Marysville, Yuba City, that area. It's about an hour or so north of Sacramento. And the count 0-2. Number 23, the third-year Kuzo versus Conway and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. 2 strikeouts to begin for Kuzo. And a great start for the Virginia defense. Lauren Putz is next. Number 2, the right fielder for Michigan. And that one's fouled back off the screen. Sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona. 460 batting average. 10 homers and 27 RBI. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1 to Putz. This one is drilled into left field. A hot shot base hit for Putz, and Michigan has their first base runner in the first inning. The catcher is next, Lily Valamont, number 20 for the Wolverines. First Michigan native, Trenton, Michigan product, and Trenton High School, the junior, faces Kuzo with her teammate Putz at first base. And a strike quickly by Kuzo to begin. Virginia scored 7 runs in their win over Bucknell about a half an hour ago. Check swing strike number 2. Michigan outstanding this morning. They had a 10 a.m. start against Villanova and won that one going away 9-2. They're looking for win number 16. Virginia's looking for win number 19. And the pitch outside for Kuzo, 1-2. That pitch is low. Michigan on a road trip that will keep them in the Commonwealth. They're heading to Lynchburg for a matchup with Liberty on Tuesday. And then James Madison and Harrisonburg on Wednesday. And another called third strike from Kuzo. All of the outs in the inning, courtesy the strikeout. A single for Putz. But that's all that Michigan is able to get on board, and they do not score in the first. We head to the last of the first inning. Virginia's first chance coming up on ACC Network Extra. The starter for Michigan is number 22, Gabby Ellis, the right-hander. Ellis, the 5'6" junior from Green Cove Springs, Florida, opposing Jade Hilton, bottom of the first. And that's a strike to begin. Hilton batting .424, takes the ball. Her OPS now 1.236. She's got 25 hits, including 10 extra base hits to begin the season. And the pitch is a strike, 1-2. Ellis, a 1.91 earned run average for the Wolverines. She is 7-0. And the pitch is up high. "26 strikeouts, 11 walks for Ellis. Only 9 earned runs allowed in 33 innings. The 2-2 for Jade Hilton. Outside, full count. Pretty much a packed house here today at Palmer Park for round number 2 today for Virginia and Michigan in the triple header. Just underway, bottom of the first. And the 3-2 is up high. That's a walk to Jade Hilton. Virginia gets their first base runner in their first at bat. Cassidy Hudson, the center fielder for the Cavaliers. Batting .300. She's got 15 hits, 3 doubles, a homer, and 9 RBI. And she's got Jade at first base, who starts racing towards second on the first pitch, 1-0. Goes back to the bag. Cassidy from Chesapeake and Hickory High School, 5'9", 4th year. Lefty hitting Hudson. Here comes Gabby Ellis. That one's up high, 2-0. Michigan, just like Bucknell, a lot of these northern teams are starting the season away or at neutral sites. They have not yet played a game at Ann Arbor. It's usually because of the weather that you'll see at the beginning of the softball season. They're 3-3 on the road and 12-1 on neutral site fields. The 2-1 for Cassidy Hudson versus Ellis. The pitch. Just a bit inside. 3-1. Nobody out. Hilton on first, courtesy of the walk. And now Hudson ahead of the count against Gabby Ellis. This one is grounded towards the second baseman. And the runner advances. That was to Janelle Alakwa. And she makes the play 4-3. Hilton goes to second. Macy Eaton is next, the junior from Wheelersburg, Ohio. Eaton now batting .459. And this one is fouled off out of play onto the concourse. 0-1. Eaton against the Bucknell Bison. 3 for 4, 2 RBI. The 0-1 is outside, 1-1. So now she has 25 RBI on the season. The big double in the first game against Bucknell today. Runner on second, pitch. Inside, 2-1. Virginia versus Michigan early in this invitational, a 6-2 win. Gabby Ellis, the 2-1. This one is drilled into center field, a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Jade Hilton, and the throw is not in time. Run-scoring single for Macy Eaton, and Virginia leads against Michigan, 1-0. Another beautiful connection there for Macy Eaton. That's her 4th hit of the day. And now Bella Cabral, who had a home run in game 1 today, steps in against Gabby Ellis and takes a strike, 0-1. Cabral hit her 8th. That one off of Avery Powers against Bucknell early this afternoon. The 0-1 is a strike, 0-2. Cabral went 2 for 3 in that game with 2 RBI. And so she's now hitting .478. Ellis. That one is not in the zone, 1-2. Macy Eaton at first, a run is in, and the pitch is up high, 2-2. Kelsey Hackett on deck. 1 out, bottom of the first, a run in for Virginia, leading 1-0 against the Michigan Wolverines. The pitch is driven to center field. Coming in on the play is Janisa Conway, and she makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Kelsey Hackett, left fielder, next. Cabral talks to Hackett for her at-bat. Give her what she saw from the pitcher, Gabby Ellis. Now Ellis trying to get out of the half inning. Pitch is inside, 1-0. Hackett, a hit and an RBI against Bucknell today. She's now batting .349, and the pitch. It grazed Hackett. It's a hit by pitch, and she'll race down to first base for another runner for the Virginia Cavaliers as Eaton heads to second for Reagan Hickey, who comes up next. Now Jennifer Brundage will go out and chat with Gabby Ellis, pitching coach for Michigan. 2 outs, bottom of the first, 2 runners on for Reagan Hickey, the catcher, here in game 2. Team with a base hit here in the first inning. And with 2 outs, it's Reagan Hickey going up against Gabby Ellis. First pitch is popped up on the infield. Calling and making the play, Sienna Snyder to end the inning. Pop out to first base. Ends the opportunity there for Virginia, but not before the Cavaliers get 1 run on 1 hit with 2 runners left on base. After 1 at Palmer Park, it's Virginia 1, Michigan 0. Second inning is next on ACC Network Extra. Second inning for Michigan Wolverines here at Palmer Park. It's Avery Fantucci, Sienna Snyder, and Ella Stevenson. Kuzo with 3 strikeouts and 1 single allowed in the first. And the first pitch is a strike for Julia Kuzo, a right-handed third year for Virginia. Fantucci batting .289. She has 10 RBI. And she's behind 0-2 to Kuzo here in the top of the second. And the pitch. Outside 1-2. Langford and Conway struck out, and then Putz with the single for Michigan before Valamont struck out looking to end the frame. Kuzo gets out of the first. And a swing and a miss, and the ball gets away from Hickey, so Fantucci stays in the at-bat. This one is driven foul down the third base line. 1-2. One and two to the senior from Atlanta, Avery Fantucci. That one off the end of the bat goes off of Hilton's arm and shoulder and scoops away to the second baseman, Alex Call. So that will be a base runner for Michigan. Took a tricky hop, and Fantucci's aboard. Error to Hilton. Leading off the second, and Sienna Snyder, first baseman, up for Michigan. A chance for the Wolverines to tie the game up or take the lead. A bunt is foul in front of the plate. Sienna Snyder, the freshman from St. Louis. Well-known Parkway West in St. Louis, Missouri. And the pitch is a strike from Kuzo, 0-2. Nobody out, top of the second inning. Michigan batting against Virginia. And a swing and a foul off of her leg, it looks like, for Snyder. She shakes that off. It's 0-2. Fantucci at second base on the error. .263 average for Snyder, 1 RBI. Kuzo to the plate, fouled back. Both teams will be in Virginia for their Tuesday game. Cavaliers going to Radford to take on the Highlanders Tuesday at 2 p.m. And the pitch. This one is drilled off the screen. Foul, 1-2. Coach Harden talks a lot about preparing for the ACC, and that begins next Friday when Virginia travels to Chapel Hill to take on North Carolina for 3 games. Swing and a miss! A strikeout for Kuzo versus Snyder. Her 4th strikeout to begin the game, and there's 1 away here in the second. Building for the ACC. That's what Coach Harden's been talking about throughout this last few weeks, and 18-1. Virginia doing a nice job of doing that building and getting ready for conference play, which is what this schedule is all about. A strike to Ella Stevenson as she steps in, the junior from Michigan. 1 out and a runner on first. Pitch is outside, 1-1. Avery Fantucci reached on the error by Hilton. Snyder's struck out. For the first 6 batters Kuzo has faced have struck out. And that strike catches the edge, 1-2. Again, ahead in the count for Julia Kuzo. Maddie Erickson is on deck for the Wolverines. The pitch is driven to left field. Over there to make the play is Kelsey Hackett for the second out in the inning on the fly out to left. Maddie Erickson next. Her first at bat here in the second. That pitch is up high, 1-0 to the Wilsonville, Oregon native, Maddie Erickson, the senior, in Ann Arbor. And the pitch. That one's fouled off the screen. 4 strikeouts in the first inning and 2/3 for Kuzo. Allowed just 1 hit and no walks. Standing at first is Avery Fantucci. And the pitch is up high, 2-1. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Kuzo on the inside pitch, handcuffing Erickson. The count 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Trying to get out of this jam with a runner on first. Kuzo's delivery is outside, full count. Full count. Kuzo against Erickson. And that's strikeout looking again for Kuzo. A strikeout looking to end the second inning just like she did the first. 5 strikeouts for Julia Kuzo. And Virginia maintains the lead, 1-0 headed to the bottom of the second against Michigan. Bottom of the second inning, Hannah Weismer, Alex Call, and Jaden Griffith versus Gabby Ellis. First pitch just a bit inside for Ellis versus Weismer from Woolwich, New Jersey in Kingsway Regional. Designated player here for game 2. That's a strike from Ellis. 1-1. Bottom of the second here at Virginia. This one line straight to Maddie Erickson. She makes a nice catch for the first out here in the second. Third base. Alex Call, the second year from Bradenton, Florida, steps in. Swing and a miss there to open against Ellis. Call registered 2 walks in the win over Bucknell. The 0-1 from Ellis is a strike. And now Call will need to protect here against the dangerous Gabby Ellis. Outside, 1-2. Virginia with an RBI single from Macy Eaton in the first to take a 1-0 lead. The 1-2. Foul. Off to the left. Thursday, Virginia started off with a 9-6 win over George Mason, then beat Michigan here on Friday 6-2, and Bucknell 5-0. The 1-2, Ellis to Call. And is driven into right field. It's a base hit. Pass to Janelle Olakwa at second. Single for Alex Call with one away here in the second. And Virginia's got something brewing. Great at bat for Call there as Jaden Griffith steps in. The 9-spot hitter for Virginia. Looking to add on to their 1-0 lead against Gabby Ellis. Only one out. The pitch. Driven right back to the pitcher. She bobbles, holds on, fires to first. And it's an out at first base. Great job showing athletic skill there. Gabby Ellis. For that line drive right back to the pitcher. Call is able to go to second, so with 2 away, a runner in scoring position for Virginia with the top of the order up, and Jade Hilton, who walked and scored a run in the first. The pitch is a strike on the edge from Ellis to start the at-bat against Hilton. Jade 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk against Bucknell earlier today. 1-1. Batting average now .424 with 3 homers and 17 RBI. For Hilton, the 1-1 from Ellis. He's up high, 2-1. Two-one count for Jade Hilton against Gabby Ellis, and the pitch. He's outside again, 3-1. Alex Call with the single to right field, move to second on the ground out. In scoring position for Virginia in the second inning, but there's 2 away. The 3-1 is a strike. What a pitch from Gabby Ellis. Full count for Jade Hilton against the Michigan right-hander. Breeze coming in from the left field foul pole. You can see the flags up there going left to right, and striking out Hilton on a called third strike, says home plate umpire William Gamalak, and we move to the third inning. Virginia maintaining a 1-0 lead over Michigan.
Student athlete feature video of the game. Presented by Smithfield, we speak more.
either Roots or Chick-fil-A. Third. I don't really have like any song, just like any type of rap song. No summer flies, classic or the other. Definitely every day. I feel like I read too much. Yeah. I feel like these guys definitely extremely. I hate writing the cold. Yes, it does. That's like one of the things
Leading off for the Wolverines to the top of the third. Second baseman.
Top of the third inning for Michigan. Janelle Alakwa, the second baseman, in the 9-hole, will lead off for the Wolverines against Julia Kuzo, who has 5 strikeouts in the first 2 frames. And a swing and a miss to start off. Alakwa from Fort Mill, South Carolina. She's a senior for Michigan. This one is driven foul down the first base line and out of play. 1 hit for Michigan from Lauren Putz. Virginia has 2 hits on the board and a run across in the first. Top of the third, final game of the Party at Palmer Invitational. Pitch from Kuzo is down low, 1-2. Top of the order, Indiana Langford on deck. The 1-2. Makes it 2-2 on the ball. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the third for Michigan. The pitch. Just off the edge. Full count. .387 batting average for Janelle Alakwa. She has 4 RBI. The full count pitch is line foul off the screen in front of the dugout for the Wolverines. Full count, nobody out. Leadoff hitter in the third. And it's a walk to Alakwa. So the second time in the game, Michigan has the leadoff hitter on base. Indiana Langford, the designated player, is the next batter. She shows bunt for a moment. Fastball outside, 1-0. Now she wants to chat with head coach Bonnie Thal. Between home plate and third base. Kuzo talking with Alex Call and Macy Eaton. Langford, a .333 batting average. Struck out looking to lead off the game. Run on first for Michigan, down 1-0 to the Cavaliers, and the pitch. The bunt right in front is perfect, and everybody's going to be safe. Couldn't ask for a better bunt there from Langford, as her bunt right in front of home plate spun and stopped. And Kuzo had to race all the way from the circle to get to it, and by the time she did pick it up, Langford was safe with her speed at first base. So 2 runners on with nobody out for Michigan here in the top of the third. And Janisa Conway at the plate, and first pitch is a strike from Kuzo. Conway, a .444 batting average, 5 homers, 20 RBI. The 0-1. Another bunt, and this one's foul, 0-2. Good pitch there by Kuzo, and Conway tried to sneak in the bunt there, but couldn't get enough on it. And it's a foul ball, 0-2. 2 runners on, nobody out. The pitch. Driven right to Hilton. She fires to first, and the runners are safe. Once again, the speed for the Wolverines here at the top of the lineup displayed here as Langford was safe, and now Conway is safe on the infield single. Bases loaded for Michigan, nobody out, top of the third. Reagan Hickey going out to talk to Julia Kuzo with the infield here in the top of the third. Wolverines 15-4. They've won 2 in a row. Virginia 18-1. They've won 18 straight. Michigan 3-3 away from Ann Arbor. Virginia 11-0 at home. Bases loaded. Top of the third. 2 hits in the inning and a walk for the Wolverines against Kuzo. So Virginia would love a out or 2 to trade for a run here. And a strike to Lauren Putz to begin. Something Kuzo's done a nice job of again today is getting ahead early. The 0-1 against Putz is down low, 1-1. The 1-1 to the plate is inside, 2-1. Nobody out, bases loaded. The pitch driven to the gap, and left center is going to go to the warning track. Picked up there by Hudson. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and a play at the plate is going to be safe for Janisa Conway and the Michigan Wolverines with 3 runs to go up 3-1 over Virginia here in the third. Lauren Putz drilling that one to the gap in left center. Hudson could not get there in time, and she raced all the way around to third base with a 3-run triple. They're going to give her a double, and taking third on the throw home. So a 3-run double for Putz as Lily Velamont steps in against Kuzo, looking for the first out in the third. She struck out looking in the first. Putz is at third base, and Michigan leads 3-1. This one is popped up to the first baseman for the first out. Macy Eaton squeezes that one 1 away. Avery Fantucci. She reached on an error in the second. Steps up here with 1 away and a runner on third. This one is fouled back, 0-1. Lonnie Fall, the head coach there, talking to Fantucci about lifting that ball up so they can get the run home from third base. Kuzo, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Fantucci at 283 average, 10 RBI. The pitch, fouled off, third base side, 0-2. Lauren Putz with the 3-run double, rather, to put Michigan ahead 3-1. They have 4 hits on the board. And the pitch is reached for and driven to the second baseman, Alex Call, who makes the play, but not before Putz can come home on the ground out to make it 4-1 Michigan. And Sienna Snyder now with nobody on and 2 away, stepping in for Michigan. She struck out in the second. Big inning here for the Wolverines. 4 runs on 3 hits. Check swing for Snyder. 1-0. And the pitch. Low, 2-0. So Kuzo wants to just get out of this one right now and get the offense a chance in the bottom of the third. And a strike there from Kuzo, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Snyder. Won't go for that one. Full count. The pitch. Struck out again. Looking. Kuzo gets out of the jam, but not before Michigan plates 4 runs on 3 hits, highlighted by the 3-run double from Lauren Putz, and they lead now. Wolverines 4 and Virginia 1, heading to the bottom of the third in Charlottesville.
And if you're hungry or thirsty, concessions are available for purchase at our stand along the concourse behind home plate. This season, beer is available for purchase at every Virginia softball game at Palmer Park. And if you're looking to top off your game day look, visit our retail shop for Party at Palmer deals. This weekend only, take advantage of our BOGO hat special. Buy one and get the second 50% off. Don't miss this limited time deal.
Ready for the bottom of the third inning, Cassidy Hudson stepping in against Gabby Ellis. And this one is drilled down the right field line, but foul for Hudson, who grounded out to second in her first at bat. 4 runs for Michigan in the top of the third to establish the lead 4-1 over UVA. Ellis has allowed 2 hits in 2 innings. Ellis to the plate outside. No, a strike. 0-2. Cassidy Hudson versus Gabby Ellis. The 0-2 is outside. 1-2. The 1-2 to Cassidy Hudson. It's close, 2-2. Ellis leans in and the pitch. Outside again, full count. Cassidy Hudson. .294 batting average, 1 homer, 9 RBI. And the pitch. Drilled towards second base. Backhanded play is a good one from Janelle Alakwa for the 4-3 to start the bottom of the third, and there's one away. Alakwa ranging to her right, backhanded perfectly, and fired it over to Sienna Snyder for the first out here in the third. Macy Eaton with an RBI single steps in. 1 for 1. That pitch is a little bit low, 1-0. Eaton's batting average now .468, 6 homers and 26 RBI. Cabral is on deck. The pitch is grounded to the second baseman again. Alakwa had the easy throw to first for the second out. So after the 4 runs scored in the third, top of the inning, Michigan with a good start here in the bottom of the third defensively with Bella Cabral stepping in. And when you got a big hitter like that, you want, as your opponent, to have her come up with nobody on base. A swing and a miss there by Cabral versus Gabby Ellis, who's trying to go 1-2-3 here after the 4-run top of the inning for the Wolverines. Gabby Ellis fires it high, 1-1. Cabral, .468 as well, 8 homers and 22 RBI. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. 2 outs here, bottom of the third. Virginia looking for base runners, down 3. Cabral versus Ellis, the pitch. It was a strike, 2-2. The 2-2 from Ellis. Cabral gets a piece of it, foul. Two and 2. Cabral versus Gabby Ellis. The pitch. That hits Cabral, and she will trot down to first base. So a base runner for Virginia with 2 away, and Kelsey Hackett stepping up. Hackett was also hit by a pitch, and that came in the first inning. Virginia trying to keep this inning alive. 2 outs, runner on first, and the pitch is low, 1-0. Hackett, .349 average, 3 homers, 11 RBI. The 1-0. Framed well, it's a strike, 1-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Two outs, bottom of the third, runner on first for Virginia, trailing 4-1 to Michigan. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2. Kelsey Hackett. Right-handed batter steps in, 2-2 count against right-handed pitcher Gabby Ellis. Here at bottom of the third, and the pitch. Driven right back to second base. Alakwa throws to the shortstop, covering second for the third out, and that retires the side. Heading to the fourth, Michigan leads Virginia 4-1. New pitcher for the Virginia Cavaliers to begin the top of the 4th inning. Courtney Lane, the left-hander for Mathematics, steps in for Julia Kuzo. And she will face first Ella Stevenson for Michigan. The Wolverines lead 4-1. Lefty pitch is outside, 1-0. We'll look at the line here for Kuzo in a moment. And the Lane pitch is driven. Hot shot right to the second baseman. Bobbles and fires to first. Not in time. Stevenson is on base. Alex Call retrieving the hot shot in her glove, but then it slipped out a little bit and she had to recover, and that allowed Stevenson to race down first base and get there safe. So second error of the game. Charge to Virginia, and we've seen this here early in the game, is the team speed for Michigan is pretty good. Here's a nice bunt. Lane fires to first for the out, but that quickly moves Stevenson on the sacrifice to second base. Maddie Erickson there with the 1-3 putout, but she gets her teammate into scoring position. First pitch to Janelle Olakwa is outside, 1-0. Olakwa's had a big impact on this game with her plays on defense at second base. The 1-0 from Lane to Olakwa is driven foul, 1-1. Olakwa walked and scored a run in the third. Michigan looking to add on to their 4-1 lead. Runner in scoring position, one away. Lane's pitch is fouled off by Olakwa. The 1-2 to Olakwa is outside, 2-2. The runner on second is Stevenson with one away here in the top of the fourth. Courtney Lane replacing Kuzo. The lefty's delivery is fouled off onto the hill in right field, 2-2. Pitch is fouled back, 2-2. Here's the numbers on Julia Kuzo. 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 70 pitches, and 48 for strikes. Replaced now by the lefty Courtney Lane. The runner on second and one away for Olakwa. The pitch is again. Olakwa unable to catch up to it, and it's a foul ball down the right side, but she is getting a piece of each of these pitches. 2-2. Olakwa versus Lane. The pitch is fouled back. Top of the fourth. Michigan with 4 runs in the third to take the lead. And a swing and a foul back again. Olakwa staying alive, getting a piece of pretty much every pitch from Courtney Lane. Not enough to be in play, but certainly taxing the pitcher here with extra pitches. Trying to come around and get a base hit here with a runner at second for Michigan and add on to this lead. The pitch is outside, 3-2. Now she's got a chance to get on base with the full count. If it doesn't happen with a hit. Lane's delivery. Again fouled off. Three-two count, Courtney Lane versus Janelle Alakwa. 387 batting average this season. You can see why with the way she fights. And that is a strike three from Courtney Lane. Called third strike. Big one here for Virginia in the fourth. And now there's 2 outs for Lane as the top of the order is up next. Indiana Langford against Lane here with Stevenson still at second base. The pitch is outside. Langford called third strike in the first and bunt single in the third and came around and scored. One of the 4 runs in the third for the Wolverines. The pitch is a strike, 1-1. Langford, the senior. Pitch is a strike 2, 1-2. And she fires, and that one's hit 2. Cabral throws to first with her strong arm to get the 5-3 put out, and in the fourth, Michigan unable to score. They leave a runner on because of the error. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning, and Michigan leading Virginia 4-1.
Middle of the fourth, Michigan 4, Virginia 1. And your Virginia softball team returns to Palmer Park on Tuesday, March 10th as they take on the Hampton Pirates. First pitch is set for 4 o'clock. Beats open at 3. More information at VirginiaSports.com.
Reagan Hickey, Hannah Weismer, and Alex Call scheduled for Virginia as they look to get back in this game. Michigan leading 4-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Gabby Ellis has allowed just 2 hits through 3 frames. And the first pitch from Ellis is a strike. Ellis with 1 walk and 1 strikeout of the 58 pitches. I think he fouls that one back 0-2. Oh-2 count, bottom of the fourth for Virginia, looking to get some base runners going down 3. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck her out. Fastball rising there from Gabby Ellis, her second strikeout. And that'll bring up Hannah Weismer. Pitch is a strike. 0-1. Weismer lined out to the third baseman in the second. Outside, 1-1. Weismer, 207 average, 3 homers, 6 RBI. The 1-1. Up high, 2-1. Next home game for Virginia is against Hampton Pirates. And that will be next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday following, March 10th at 4 p.m. They're going to go on a road trip here, obviously, with the Radford game and then North Carolina. There's a strike, 2-2. One away here, bottom of the fourth. Nobody on base for Virginia. And a check swing from Weismer, she went, and that's a strikeout, number 2 in the inning, and 3rd of the game for Gabby Ellis. She's in a groove now with the 4-1 lead. Alex Call with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Strike 1. The 0-1. Driven into the third baseman's glove. She can't hold on to it, and it bobbles off of her glove and into left center field, and that'll be a base runner on the error. Alex Call will get on base for Jaden Griffith here with 2 outs in the fourth. They're going to call it a base hit for Alex Call. And Griffith steps in. The runner on first, 2 outs. Virginia trying to get a rally going here, down 4-1. Ball went off the glove of Maddie Erickson and rolled into left center field. Alex Call safe at first. This one's grounded to Alakwa, and she throws to her shortstop Fantucci for the 4-6 force at second base to end the fourth inning. We head to the fifth. Michigan leading Virginia 4-1. Courtney Lane continues for the Virginia Cavaliers as we move to the top of the fifth inning. It'll be Janisa Conway, Lauren Putz, and Lily Valamont for the Wolverines. This one is grounded right to Hilton, fires to first, and a bang-bang 6-3 to start the fifth inning on the hot shot to the shortstop, Jade Hilton. She makes a great play to fire it over to Eaton for out number 1 and retires Conway. Lauren Putz is next. She had the biggest hit of this game. A 3-run double in the third. Ended up at third base and scored on a ground out. Part of the 4 runs scored against Kuzo in the third inning and established the Michigan advantage. She's now batting .481 with 10 homers and 30 RBI. She waits on that one. Perfect pitch by Lane, off speed. Finds the zone, 0-2. One out, top of the 5th. Lane delivers. Popped up behind the plate, 0-2. Foul ball. Top of the order doing all the damage for Michigan. 4 hits sandwiched around the first 3 batters. And a called third strike from Lane against the dangerous Putz. She goes down for the second out in the 5th. Langford with the single. Janisa Conway single. And Lauren Putz, who was 2 for 2, strikes out there. So a big play for Courtney Lane, the veteran for Virginia. First pitch to Lily Valamont is a ball. 2 outs here in the 5th. Top of the order coming up for Virginia in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch is a strike. 1-1. Courtney Lane, just an incredible track record. She made 13 starts in 2025. Has done such a nice job in her career in a Virginia uniform. 16 appearances in her first year, 17 in 24, 27 in 25. And has made several appearances already this year for the Cavaliers. She has a 1-2 count against Valamont here in the 5th. And the offering is popped up foul down the right field line. Valamont, .333 batting average, 3 homers and 15 RBI. 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in the first and popped up to Macy Eaton in the 3rd. The pitch. This one is drilled deep to left field. It's going to be a foul ball into the bullpen. That was fair. That would have been out of here, but it was well foul. 1-2. But it gives you an idea what Valamont can do when she turns on a pitch. 3 homers this season. It was well struck, just foul. Here we go, pitch. Back to Courtney Lane. She grabs it out of the air and fires to first for a 1-2-3, 5th inning for Virginia. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Michigan leading the Cavaliers 4-1.
Middle of the 5th. Michigan 4, Virginia 1. And it's time for the 5th inning stretch. Get up if you like. Get loose if you like. Feel free to join in and take me out to the ballgame.
Feels like this should be a big opportunity here for the Virginia Cavaliers. The top of the order against the very strong Gabby Ellis. As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, Jade Hilton, Cassidy Hudson, and Macy Eaton scheduled for the Cavaliers, down 4-1. Virginia scored a run in the first, but then 4 from Michigan, and the outstanding pitching from Ellis brought us here to the bottom of the 5th. Hilton's first pitch, a little bit low, 1-0. Hilton today, a walk and a run scored in the first and struck out looking in the second. It gives you an idea how good Gabby Ellis has been. And this one is lined to the second baseman, Alakwa. She makes a nice play to her left to get Hilton 4-3 to start the bottom of the 5th here in Charlottesville. Gabby Ellis has been outstanding. Janelle Alakwa at second has been really good. And of course, Lauren Putz with the huge 3-run double. 1 away for Cassidy Hudson, looking for her first hit against Ellis today. And that pitch is outside. Hudson batting .288, a homer, 9 RBI. 2 groundouts to second base this afternoon against Michigan. And the pitch is outside, 2-0. No, it's a strike, 1-1. Macy Eaton on deck. That one is outside, 2-1. Eaton had the RBI single in the first, so Virginia would love to get Hudson on and see if they can get something going in a rally attempt, down 3. 1 away here, bottom 5, and the pitch. This one is popped up to center field. Janisa Conway tracks it and makes the catch for the second out. Macy Eaton is next. 1 for 2 and an RBI. Michigan beat Villanova this morning 9-2. Virginia took down Bucknell 7-0. And today's finale of the party at Palmer has Michigan up 4-1 in the 5th with 2 outs for Macy Eaton. And that's a strike, 1-1. Eaton batting average .460, 6 homers and 26 RBI. Check swing inside, 2-1. The 2-1 to Eaton. Inside, 3-1. Virginia looking for base runners here in the 5th against the very tough Gabby Ellis. That one is driven to the third baseman. Erickson fires across the diamond and gets Macy Eaton in time on a close play at first base to end the 5th inning. 1, 2, 3, 5th inning. We head to the 6th. Michigan leads 4-1 at Virginia.
At the end of 5, Michigan 4, Virginia 1. And for all the latest news and information on your hoops, be sure to search up Cavaliers Softball on Facebook. Follow us at UVA Softball on X and Instagram.
Top of the 6th inning for Michigan, looking for some more runs. Already up 4-1 at number 18, Virginia. And it's Avery Fantucci, Sienna Snyder, and Ella Stevenson scheduled for the Wolverines. They scored 4 in the 3rd inning, and that's been the difference. 4-1 lead here into the 6th for Courtney Lane's first pitch, up high, 1-0. Fantucci today reached on an error in the 2nd and then grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd, and that was an RBI ground out to add to the Michigan lead. This one is a base hit to right field. Well struck by Fantucci. She has her first single against Virginia this afternoon, and the Wolverines start off the 6th with a runner on base. We're going to get a pinch runner for Michigan. That is going to be Lexi Delamonica coming in for Fantucci. Number 17. Runner on first for Michigan. Sienna Snyder, who has struck out twice, coming to the plate. Delamonica replaces Fantucci at first as a pinch runner. Snyder is going to bunt, foul, 0-1. Going to get Delamonica into scoring position with a bunt here. Courtney Lane going to try to keep the ball low, and the pitch. Bunted right in front of her, and Lane fires to first to get the out, but that gets Delamonica on the sacrifice to second base. Good bunt by Sienna Snyder. Ella Stevenson up with one away. Strike from Lane to begin against Stevenson. Ella with a fly out to left field and reached on an error in the 4th. Runner in scoring position, 1 out here in the 6th for Michigan. The pitch. Outside and low. One and 1. 5 hits for Michigan, 3 for the Cavaliers. And the pitch is a strike from Courtney Lane. Julia Cuzo, 3 innings, allowed 4 runs, and now Courtney Lane in her 3rd inning. And that's a strike. Number 3 from Courtney Lane, looking, sitting down Ella Stevenson for the 2nd out. Maddie Erickson, 3rd baseman, is next with 2 away here, top of the 6th. The runner in scoring position for Michigan, and they lead 4-1. Lane's delivery is foul tipped by Erickson back to the screen. 0-1 count with 2 away. Two outs here, top of the 6th, with a runner in scoring position for the Wolverines. And the pitch. Driven right to Cabral. She'll fire across the diamond and is able to retire Erickson to end that threat attempt from Michigan. Heading to the bottom of the 6th. Virginia looking for a rally, down 4-1 to Michigan in Charlottesville.
Middle of the 6th. Michigan 4, Virginia 1. Hawkeye Saturday Night Tour at Scott Stadium on April 4th, featuring special guests Dirks Bentley, Todd Myers, Jake Worthington, and Velma James. Tickets on Ticketmaster.com today.
Bottom of the 6th inning for Virginia, down 4-1 to Michigan in the final game of the party at Palmer. Gabby Ellis with the 4-1 lead, and the pitch to Cabral is not in the zone, 1-0. Cabral with a fly out to center field and a hit by pitch in the 3rd. Virginia looking for a rally here with 6 outs to work with. Down by 3. The pitch. This one is driven, but it's popped up. Janisa Conway calls for it in middle range center field, makes the catch for the first out in the 6th. Kelsey Hackett, the next batter for Virginia. One away here, bottom of the 6th inning. And a strike from Ellis. The 0-1, Kelsey Hackett. The delivery from Ellis here. Here's a strike 2. Hackett hit by pitch in the 1st and got on base, fielder's choice in the 3rd. Here comes Hackett. And the pitch is driven into right field for a base hit. Coming over to secure it is Lauren Putz. But Virginia's got a runner on base on the single from Kelsey Hackett here in the 6th. Their 4th hit against Gabby Ellis this afternoon. Now Reagan Hickey will step in. 1 away, bottom 6, runner on first. And the pitch is fouled back to the screen. 0-1. Ellis up to 85 pitches. The pitch and swung on and fouled back by Hickey. 0-2. Virginia scored their only run in the 1st inning. RBI single from Macy Eaton. Now they're looking to chip away to a Michigan lead here in the 6th. Down 4-1 with 1 away and a runner on first. Ellis's pitch is driven by Hickey to center field, but there is Conway again to make the catch for out number 2 in the frame. Hannah Weismer comes up with 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th. Weismer 0 for 2, and the pitch is a strike. 0-1 against Gabby Ellis. Kelsey Hackett at first with 2 outs. The pitch up high, 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning here, Charlottesville, Virginia. This one is driven into center field. Coming after it and making the line drive catch is Janisa Conway. The defense has been great for Michigan in support of Gabby Ellis, and Virginia unable to chip away at the lead. They get a runner on the Hackett single, but nothing else in the 6th. We move to the 7th inning, and Michigan leading 4-1 at Virginia. Ready to go here, top of the 7th inning. Courtney Lane trying to hold it here for Virginia, down 3, so the bats can come out in the bottom of the 7th and get a rally going against this Michigan Wolverine team, looking for their first win against the Virginia Cavaliers in the Invitational. The batter is Janelle Alakwa. She has a walk and a run scored in the 3rd, and her glove at second base has been very good as she fouls this one off 0-1. Did that hit the batter? No, it hit the bat. 0-2. Foul ball. Alakwa, the number 9 hitter. Top of the order, Indiana Langford waiting. Top of the 7th inning. This one is driven foul off the screen past first base. 0-2. Virginia lost their first game of the year, February 6th, against Arkansas. Since then, 18 straight wins. In jeopardy here today with a 4-1 lead for Michigan, with nobody out top 7. Courtney Lane trying to shut them down so he can get her team into the dugout for the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 count. Lane has done a great job again, this time in relief of Kuzo, keeping the score where it is. Alakwa drills this one foul onto the grassy field. Past first base down the right field line, foul ball. 2-2 count for Courtney Lane against Janelle Alakwa, who has a walk and a run scored and a strikeout in this game. And the pitch is driven into center field, diving for it. Reaching out low, Cassidy Hudson making a great catch for the first out here in the 7th. Line drive catch there between center field and right field for Hudson, showing her range, and that'll bring up Indiana Langford here with one out in the 7th. And Langford had one of the bigger plays of this game as well, a bunt single in the 3rd. That was the second batter in that rally in the 3rd inning that eventually ended up coming home because of Lauren Putz's 3-run double that changed this game. The count 1-1. Langford, the designated player and leadoff hitter for Michigan today. The pitch is a strike, 1-2. .350 batting average for Langford. The pitch outside and high, 2-2. The pitch. Driven foul, third base side. Chasing after it there is Hackett. Out of play. 2-2. And this one bounced in front of Lane. She fires first, has not enough time. It's a base hit again. Langford demonstrating that incredible speed for the bunt single. Second time she's done that today. And with 1 out, there's a runner on first for Langford and Michigan in the 7th. Janisa Conway with the strike from Courtney Lane, 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2, throwback to first. Quickly by Hickey. And Langford is back in. 0-2. And now Thal, head coach for Michigan, wants to talk with Conway on the game plan here, down 0-2 with 1 out in the 7th. One away, top of the 7th inning. Michigan looking for some insurance here, already up 4-1. Battling Courtney Lane, it is Janisa Conway, and the 0-2. Popped up foul right behind us at home plate. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. Handcuff Conway there. Courtney Lane, another incredible pitch. And there's 2 outs now here in the 7th for Michigan with a runner on first. Lauren Putz, who had the 3-run double, is next. And this one is driven into the outfield. Calling everyone off is Kelsey Hackett in left field, and she makes the catch to retire the side. So Michigan unable to add any insurance. They do get a single, leave a runner on. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Virginia's last chance in Charlottesville, down 4-1 to Michigan on the ACC Network Extra. Virginia here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing by 3. We'll have Alex Call to lead off, followed by Jaden Griffith, and then Jade Hilton. Gabby Ellis has been outstanding today, allowing only 1 run through 6, and the first pitch is driven deep to right field, and it is off the wall. Alex Call racing into second base with a double. What a start to the bottom of the 7th for the Virginia Cavaliers. Extra base hit from Call, and Virginia's got something going. What an afternoon for Alex Call against Michigan. 3 for 3. 2 singles and a double in this game against Bucknell. Call was walked twice. And now Jaden Griffith with a runner on second, looking to get Virginia back in this game with 3 outs to work with, down 4-1. Here's the pitch. Griffith is called for a strike there on the pitch by Ellis. 0-1, bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. Runner on second, down 4-1 are the Cavaliers. Ellis's pitch is right to the third baseman, bobbles off her glove, and the runner is safe. Jaden Griffith reaches first on the hot shot right at Maddie Erickson, but she could not glove it. Call stays home at second. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Jade Hilton stepping up. She represents the tying run for the number 18 Virginia Cavaliers. Big time swing there from Jaden Griffith. And she's going to get credited with a single there. So Call with the double at second, Griffith at first with the single, and Jade Hilton next is Bonnie Thal, the head coach, going to come out and chat with Gabby Ellis about this matchup with the leadoff hitter, Jade Hilton. And that breaks up the meeting at the circle. And here comes Hilton looking for her first hit against Michigan this afternoon. She walked and scored a run, the only run for Virginia in the first, and the crowd adding the energy here at Palmer Park with nobody out, 2 runners on. Ellis against Hilton, and the pitch is up high, 1-0. Gabby Ellis, 94 pitches. Has allowed only 1 run until here this 7th inning. As Virginia puts some heat on, and this one, a swing, base hit to left field. Rounding third and staying there is Alex Call. Jade Hilton with the single to left field, and the bases are loaded for Virginia. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th. Hilton doing a nice job with going with that pitch from Ellis and hitting it hard enough that there was no chance for Erickson or Fantucci between second and third to catch up with it. And now it is Cassidy Hudson looking for her first hit this afternoon against the Wolverines. With the bases loaded, she represents the winning run. And the pitch is a strike. 0-1 from Ellis. Hudson today, 2 ground outs to second and a fly out to center field. Right-hander Ellis versus the left-hand hitting Cassidy Hudson. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Ellis bends her knees, and the delivery is just a little bit low, 1-1. Call at third, Griffith at second, Hilton at first for the Virginia Cavaliers. 7 hits on the board for Virginia. Looking to tie it up, down 4-1 here, bottom of the 7th against Ellis. Hudson, and the pitch is a strike. 1-2. So now Ellis has a chance here to get out of this at bat. The tying run is at first base for Virginia. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th, the 1-2. Ellis to Cassidy Hudson, the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck her out. 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. And that brings up Macy Eaton. She had the lone RBI hit in this game for Virginia up to this point. The single coming in the first inning when Virginia led 1-0. Michigan scored 4 in the third to take a 4-1 lead. Bases loaded here, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, Macy Eaton versus Gabby Ellis. And the pitch. Driven foul, 0-1. Eaton a .453 average, 6 homers, 26 RBI. Trying to rally her Virginia Cavaliers here in the bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded, 1 away, down 3. Pitch is a strike. 0-2. Gabby Ellis struck out Cassidy Hudson. Now she's looking to do it again against Macy Eaton. Bella Cabral is on deck. The pitch. Outside. Eaton not going for that. The same thing Ellis did against Hudson, but this one was a little bit more outside than what Cassidy had to see. And Eaton was not going to fall for that. 1-2. Bends her knees. Back in the box, and the pitch is fouled back. Still 1-2, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded for Virginia. Michigan leads 4-1. The 1-2 count for Macy Eaton. Gabby Ellis fires outside. 2-2. Two and 2 count for Macy Eaton versus Michigan starter Gabby Ellis. Bottom of the 7th inning at Palmer Park. The pitch. Fouled off. 2-2. Wolverines 15-4. Virginia 18-1. The final game of the Party at Palmer Invitational. Both teams have already won a game today. The 2-2 for Macy Eaton against Ellis. And the pitch. Driven up the middle, base hit. Coming home to score is Alex Call. Right behind her is Jaden Griffith. The runner going to third, and she is saved! Macy Eaton with a 2-run single. And the Virginia Cavaliers are staying alive at Palmer. It's 4-3 Michigan. And there still is only 1 out. What a battle by Macy Eaton. The 2-run single scoring Alex Call and Jaden Griffith. Hilton raced to third, and the throw, she was safe. So Virginia has the tying run at third base with less than 2 outs, and Bella Cabral coming up for the Cavaliers. Macy Eaton, 2 singles, 3 RBI in this game. All 3 RBI for the Virginia Cavaliers against Michigan this afternoon. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. William Gomalak, the home plate umpire, clearing and cleaning home plate. Gabby Ellis steps into the middle of the circle. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Cabral leans in, and the pitch. It hit Cabral. It's a hit by pitch. The bases are loaded for Virginia on that inside pitch. Hilton stays at third. Eaton moves to second, and Cabral goes to first for Kelsey Hackett, who steps in with 1 out. Virginia down 1. They've scored 2 in the 7th to cut the lead 4-3. She checks her grip on the bat. She steps in to the batter's box. Ellis is ready. Bases loaded, Virginia. Down 1, and the pitch is down low, 1-0. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. 2 runs are in. 4-3 Michigan. Virginia with the bases loaded for Kelsey Hackett. The pitch is driven to the shortstop, and she makes the catch. Just at the lip of the grass, not far enough to be a sacrifice fly, and it's a huge second out for Michigan as Hackett pops up for the second out with the bases loaded, and that'll bring up Reagan Hickey. Michigan now only needs 1 out for the win, and the lead is 4-3 in favor of Michigan. 4-3 Michigan here in the bottom of the 7th. Stepping in is Reagan Hickey, looking for her first hit against the Wolverines this afternoon. 2 runs are in, but now 2 outs and the bases loaded. Virginia facing Gabby Ellis. And the pitch is low, 1-0. Hackett popping up to shortstop for the second out. Hickey flew out to first base and center field and struck out 0 for 3. Looking for a base hit here for her Cavaliers, and the pitch is a strike. 1-1. Bases loaded for Virginia. 2 runs are in on the 2-run single by Macy Eaton to cut the Michigan lead to 4-3, but now 2 outs and a 1-1 count for Hickey versus Ellis. And the pitch is outside, 2-1. Reagan Hickey, jersey number 17, redshirt freshman, Atlanta, Georgia, facing off against Gabby Ellis. And the pitch is down low, 3-1. Three-1 count for Reagan Hickey. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Down 1 are the Virginia Cavaliers, number 18 in the nation, against the Michigan Wolverines. And the Ellis delivery is not going to be a strike. It is a walk, and the game is tied. And Bonnie Thal cannot believe it, the head coach for Michigan, as she comes out to argue with the home plate umpire. It's a bases-loaded walk for Hickey. And Virginia has tied this game with 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th and still have a chance now to win it with Hannah Weismer stepping in. It is Hilton that scores. Eaton moves up to third, and Cabral at second. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Hannah Weismer. It's Gabby Ellis faces Weismer, who's 0 for 3. The pitch. A strike. 0-1. And now Coach Harden wants to come over, and she might be adjusting her lineup or adding a pinch runner, and she is. It's going to be Addison Reeser going to first base as a pinch runner. Reeser takes over for Hickey at first base here in the bottom of the 7th. Virginia with 3 runs across. They were down 4-1. They've tied the game here in the bottom of the 7th. Weismer versus Gabby Ellis. 4 hits in the inning for Virginia. Bases are loaded, 2 away. Ellis to Weismer. Driven into left field, and it drops for a base hit. Scoring the winning run from third base is Macy Eaton, and Hannah Weismer is celebrating near first base. The Virginia Cavaliers with a walk-off 5-4 win over the Michigan Wolverines. With 4 runs in the 7th, it is a Hannah Weismer bloop single to left field that scores the winning run from Macy Eaton, and Virginia now has a 19-game win streak in dramatic fashion. A walk-off 4-run 7th inning does it for the Virginia Cavaliers as they shock the Michigan Wolverines 5-4. Walk-off single for Hannah Weismer, and Virginia gets the W in the final game of the party at Palmer. Wow!
set for 2 o'clock. Heats opening 3.
Some kind of excitement here as Virginia now is 19-1. They've won 19 in a row with a walk-off thriller in the 7th inning, scoring 4 runs off of Gabby Ellis. After they hadn't scored since the 1st inning, they finish up with 9 hits. And the line score has Virginia 5-9-2 and Michigan 4-6-0. And now Virginia comes over to share their celebration with their fans here at Palmer Park as Hannah Weismer comes through with her first base hit of the game, and it's the biggest of the game for Virginia. Cavaliers come up with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Celebration and excitement for Virginia as they get ready to sing the good old song here at Palmer Park. What a comeback for Virginia as they end up in the frame with 5 hits after having only 4 prior to that. Virginia comes back with 4 in the bottom of the 7th to beat Michigan and go to 19-1. Thanks so much to our crew here at Palmer Park. Thank you to everyone watching on ACC Network Extra. The next game for Virginia is Tuesday at Radford before they get ready for the North Carolina Tar Heels next weekend. And then they're back home March 10th against Hampton right here at Palmer Park. This is Byron Kerr. Thank you so much for joining us. What a thriller! Virginia 5 and Michigan 4. Have a great weekend, everybody.